changing bodies. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and used ones. In this picture, we can see many men dying in the heat of battle. And what is being depicted here is that although these bodies are destined to perish at some stage, the soul itself never perishes. The body is compared here to a garment that one wears, and when the garment perishes in the due course of time as a natural consequence of being, then one takes off the garment and one accepts a new one. So the suffering that one experiences is actually due to intense attachment to these garments. So we can practically experience this when we have a favorite t-shirt or a favorite pair of pants, and we like it very much, and at some point the inevitable happens where some hole appears, or there you get a stain on it or something, and there's some kind of emotional response that goes to it. Oh no, my favorite t-shirt has got a hole in it. And then this thought of having to part with it comes, and it's not a pleasant thought. So although this experience might not be very severe, it's exactly the same nature of what we actually experience at the time of death, because the attachment we have to our bodies are so much more severe than that we have to a shirt or a pair of pants or a nice set of shoes. The closest experience that we might come to that in our waking state is when one has been in an intimate relationship with a significant other for a considerable time, and then due to some unfortunate circumstances there is a separation, a breakup or a divorce, and that pain that one feels, that emotional pain, is due to the attachment to the mind and body of that person, which is now being ripped from you, and there's nothing you can do about it. One is in a state of no control, a powerless condition, and this state often is very mortifying for many individuals. So the attachment that we have for our own bodies are much more severe than we would develop for a significant other. So the pain that one experiences at death, the physical pain, is really a very small part of it. The most intense part of it is that attachment, that body being forced out of your possession without us wanting to let it go. So therefore in spiritual life, one is aspiring to give up the possession of this body, giving up the attachment of this body, so that when the time of death comes, one is already prepared, one has already released possessiveness over one's own body even, and one can very easily just give it up. And this consciousness will filter through into all of our actions and relations that we have in this world, that whenever we're dealing with a spouse or family or friends, possessions, jobs, situations, that one is always approaching them with a heart of gratitude and meditating that it's so nice that these things have come to me. Let me use this to enrich my life. Let me use this to enrich the lives of others while this has been granted to me. But also let me not think that this ever belongs to me, because it has simply been given into my care for the time being. And then when the time comes, then one can very easily allow it to pass and not offer any resistance to the natural flow of things. So this is a very healthy state of mind to operate with in this world, a very practical state of mind to be in, and one becomes very effective, one becomes completely freed from anxiety, one becomes freed from fear, And all that energy that gets trapped into those lower emotions, they freed up to actually utilize these assets that are gifted to us more effectively, and we can actually utilize it and capitalize on the gifts that have been given us to the greatest degree possible. So this is a nice meditation to involve in our daily lives, in our daily affairs, to meditate with a heart of gratitude on how I can utilize these things that have been gifted to me in the most constructive way possible for myself and for others, but avoiding the illusion that they never belong to me, that none of these things ever belong to me. They're simply giving into my care, and they're just passing through me in my journey right now.